Canada just killed the Fender Telecaster. Hey everybody, Jayce Allan here. Welcome back to the channel. So, I'm here to throw some more fuel on the fire between budget brands and expensive guitar brands because why not? It's fun. I like to do it. It drives people nuts in the comments, creates clicks, and creates wonderful engagement for my channel. But anyway, it's a lot of fun to compare these guitar brands to one another. And today, what I've got is something that I think is kind of unique. It's a bit of a mystery, but it's a really great guitar brand, and I'm pretty excited to finally get my hands on one of these and show you guys what these are all about. I'm talking about the Solo guitar brand.
We are not naming our son Guitar Solo.
That's right, if you want to play a guitar solo, you need a guitar that says Solo on the headstock. So let's check out what these guitars are all about. Okay, real quick for context, I'm in Michigan in the United States, and this company is in Ontario, specifically, this would be Concord, Ontario. They don't manufacture their guitars in Canada that I'm aware of. I couldn't find any sticker, country of origin sticker on the guitar itself because they might do things a little differently in Canada. Maybe there's no labeling requirements for guitars in Canada. I'm not sure. Anyway, so they sell kits, they sell parts, they sell finished guitars, strings, finishing supplies, and parts. Now, according to the internet, which is mostly AI driven nowadays, so it kind of makes things up sometimes. So you're really not sure if you're getting accurate information or not. But anyway, according to the AI overview on Google, Solo Music Gear is based in Canada, and it says Solo Pro Series, which is, I believe what this guitar is. The components are manufactured in Japan. Now, that makes me wonder if they're not purchasing the parts, because they sell a ton of kit guitars. DIY kits, they sell a ton of kits. So I'm wondering if they're taking the components from their kit guitars, building their own guitars, assembling, and then selling them under their own brand. That I don't know. Don't quote me on that. That's just kind of my best guess. But anyway, that's what the internet's saying. Canadian company, manufactured in Japan. So anyway, I've been wanting to try one of these for quite a while, and they've got some really good deals on guitars, and as you can see, they're pretty much all under $300 for Telecaster and Stratocaster style guitars, and then they have some bass. This would be P-bass style bass guitars. So, and then looks like some short scale guitars. And then they have kits. So if you're into building your own guitar kits, looks like acoustic guitar kits that are mostly put together for you, all the way to violin kits and banjo kits. Let's check out this in solderless kits. Some are already painted. Some are the rose. We got the zebra wood, say that 3 times fast. And this one's an alder body, so you don't have kits that are just the plain basswood bodies. It looks like you got a spalted top here and ash burl top, and an alder body would be, if you're going to make an authentic looking Telecaster, alder is a good choice for that. So enough of that. What did I get? Well, let's check it out. Okay, so this is the guitar. It came in a box, wedge-shaped box, came from Canada to the United States. No, you did not have to pay tariffs on this because they're paying the tariffs. So, and it says right on their website under the FAQ, will I have to pay tariffs, duties, or additional import fees on U.S. orders? No, until further notice, we are covering all applicable U.S. tariffs, duties, and import fees on U.S. bound shipments. The price you see at checkout is the final price you pay. There will be no surprise charges upon delivery, and so far, there was not. So, and this guitar, let's reveal it first and we'll talk about how much it costs. So anyway, boxed up, real good. I opened it already. And comes in a gig bag. And it's a really decent gig bag. It's actually got some padding in it. It's not just the dust cover, as Average Joe likes to say. And it's a nice bag because you got a pocket up here for probably picks or something. It's got a little reflective stripe on it, so I guess when you're walking across the street with your guitar, you won't get run over. Let's see, there's a pocket here and a pocket here, and of course you get the bag with a cord cable and some Allen wrenches. Okay. So again, let's talk about this case. This, you know, it's pretty padded. It's not bad at all. As far as cheap guitar gig bags go, that's pretty nice. All right. And it's, you know, packaged really well. It's got like a double wrap around it. Oh yeah. Heavy because it's an ash body, and there it is. Look at that. Butterscotch Blonde Telecaster. This is the Solo Pro series, and wait till you see this. This is a really, really nice guitar. Strings are covered up with your paper, so that leads me to think that these are manufactured, you know, complete and then sent to the company. But there's no country of origin anywhere on it. It says, so that there's this tag, hang tag here, and it says inspected Alex in assembly OCE or OCE. Ace, could be ACE, could be Ace. So maybe these, I mean, I wouldn't think that those are Japanese names, right? So, but you know, who knows? But it could be that they're assembled in Canada from the parts that they purchase from Japan. So anyway, look at this thing. This is a beautiful, beautiful guitar. The photographs on their website of this particular model do not do it justice, because on the website, and maybe it won't come across on my video either. I'm looking in the monitor down here, and the color looks pretty accurate on my monitor, but on their picture, it's pretty yellow. But this is that golden yellow butterscotch color, and it's that, you might not be able to tell in the camera, but it's the actual semi-transparent finish like you would see on a regular Telecaster. So to compare, this is the Squire Classic Vibe that I got, and this one's pine, so the grain on it's a little more pronounced than the ash. But look at these. Look at the difference. Look how orange the Squire looks compared to this is really authentic looking. So points for that right out the gate. This does have a humbucker in the neck position. I don't see where they sell. They have the blue and this sort of vintage white. They have other Telecasters with this, you know, the single coil pickup in the neck position. For some reason, they didn't offer this one, but I figured I bought it because I wanted it for one thing. I wanted to try them out. I figured I could always just, change it out. So, all right, let's talk about this. First of all, it's pretty heavy because it's ash, according to the website. So let's check out the weight here. Oh yeah, it's it's a little heavy there. 9.3. So that's a little heavier than I kind of am used to, but it's feels good. Let's throw it on a strap real quick and see if it's balanced pretty good. Oh yeah, it's really balanced. Really balanced well. It's heavy though. I mean, it's gonna weight you down a little bit if you play for long periods of time with it. Okay, roasted maple neck. It's beautifully done. Matte finish. I know some people are really they have an aversion to the matte finished necks. Some people don't like gloss over the fretboard, so you'd be okay with this one. The headstock is really close to a Fender, and these are just sort of, inexpensive tuning keys. Looks to be a bone nut. Let's pull up the specs on their website just so that we can cover some of the basics. Body material ash. Finished chrome, pickup configuration SH. Okay, so these are ceramic Wilkinson pickups. They're not Wilkinson branded, but it says ceramic pickups. Three-way switch, chrome, knurled chrome knobs. These are pretty nice. Chrome, three-ply pickguard, which is kind of interesting. Usually you'd find just a solid black pickguard on a Telecaster like this. Frets are exquisitely done. Let me see if these are, it says medium jumbo. Okay, so it's a Graphtec Tusk nut. You got a 42 millimeter nut width, two-way truss rod, 22 frets, okay. Fretboard radius is 12 inch, I thought so. It feels pretty flat. 25.5 inch scale length, modern C-shaped neck. It's pretty typical of guitars nowadays. It says solo tuners 1:14 ratio. So those aren't the best, but you can swap those out if you care. The fret ends are perfect. Again, I don't think these are stainless, but it doesn't say. But they don't look stainless to me. But they're really well done. They're really polished on the edges. I'll see if I can get some close-up shots of that. Okay, so then looks like a plastic bobbin on the bridge pickup. Really nice stamped bridge, plate, sort of the old vintage style, and it's got these brass compensated saddles with the little groove in them. I'll try to get some close-up shots of that too. So, and it's string through, so you've got your little ferrules in the back. Ferrules, I don't know how to, ferrules, and a little laser etched plate on the back. Black inlays, and just probably a stamped or printed on logo on the headstock. Okay, enough chit chat about that. Let's plug it in and see how it sounds, and then we're going to do a deep dive on this one because I finally got my studio back organized to where I can set a guitar on the bench and do the deep dive. So we'll pull this apart and take a look at the pickups. We already know that they're ceramic, they're Wilkinson. They're going to be pretty decent quality, but they're not going to be, like I said, it's got a plastic bobbin. There's a little ribbon thing around there, but it's not, they're not the vintage style with the, vulcanized fiberboard bobbins and things like that. So, but you'll be surprised at how how amazing this thing sounds. So, all right, I got everything all set up. Running through my Fender Deluxe tube amp. You can see on the I'll show on the screen the controls there. It's set up with a SM57 microphone and a condenser mic. Just the standard sort of double mic studio setup, and the controls are set the way they are there. And we're going to be starting out on the clean channel so everybody can hear what it sounds like clean. I'm surprised at how often people complain when I don't play a guitar through the clean channel, or if I play like too distorted. It's like they get so irritated that I play a demo guitar with distortion or overdrive, and I'm like, how do you guys play your guitars? Do you like only play clean jazz through your guitars? You never put overdrive on? It just kind of blows my mind that I get so much negative feedback about playing with overdrive. So I don't know, but anyway, it'd help if I turn the amp off of standby. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, so we are on the bridge position, and volume and tone knobs are maxed. Oops, a little out of tune, hold on. Yeah, that's nice. Very cool. So the 12-inch radius fretboard is a little flat for my taste. I don't play fast. I'm not a fast player. So if you're a faster player, you probably appreciate that flatter profile. I like the 9.5-inch radius, but I could probably get used to it. All right, middle position. Nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the neck position. Very cool. Very nice. Real rich tone. That's nice. Very nice. Hopefully we're in focus here. Have we been? I hope so. Okay, overdrive. We'll stay in the neck position. Whoops. That's quiet. Middle. Nice. Cool. Going backwards, going to the bridge. Cool. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, it's a great sounding guitar. I don't have any. If I knew how to play, it would sound even better. Okay, let's take this over to the bench and take it apart. I want to see what's under the hood, and so do you. So let's check it out. Okay, so here we go. We are set up down here. This is the far end of my studio. I've finally got things sort of set back up where I can work down here. This little table here is going to be where I do what we call the deep dives, where we can take things apart and see what's under the hood. I know you guys like that stuff, that content. I like it too. It's fun to make. And then over here, I've actually got a desk or a table set up where I'm going to do pickup winding and all that stuff in some assembly, like parts caster assemblies. So that'll be down the road a little bit. But anyway, I wanted to kind of get back into doing the deep dive stuff. It's far easier to do it down here than it is to take everything up to where I had everything out in the garage before. So hopefully everything is such that you can see. Got cameras everywhere. So this ought to be a logistical nightmare. Okay, so let's see. We already said it's 25.5 inch scale length. Let's take our straight edge and see what we got for. Yeah, that's pretty flat. If there's a relief in it, it's ever so slight. So, and then we'll do let's do the fret rocker. See if we've got any fret issues here, which I'm guessing we don't. I mean, these things are perfect. Yeah, really nice. They're so polished. Very, very good. So let's just verify the 12-inch fretboard radius. Oh, yeah, that's 12 inch. 12 inches all day long. Very nice. Okay. And, okay, what else do we want to do here? I guess we'll take it apart. Okay, just loosen them up and we'll get a capo, whatever you want to call it. And we'll stick that over the strings so they don't fly all over the place. Because I'm going to leave the strings on it when I take the neck off. Oop. Help if I went the right way on the drill. That's a good way to screw up the screws. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know how much I hate these plastic gaskets on the back plate. I don't know what it is about them that drives me nuts, but I think it's incredibly unnecessary. A waste of plastic, more plastic junk, and I don't understand why it's there. Why people feel the need to use it. I mean, that looks so clean without this plastic gasket. I don't know why that's such a pet peeve for me. I don't know. Let me know if you think that that's completely unnecessary also. A little bit of sawdust. So we've got our hanger hole from manufacturing. Ooh, yeah, that's nice wood. Wow, the neck pocket is beautiful. Wow. So this thing is perfect. So this is the neck. It hasn't been Doesn't look like it's been shaped at all after the fact. So their tolerances must be pretty darn good. Again, these frets are absolutely immaculate. I mean, look at the ends on these things. They're just rounded. They're really well done. Dressed like, yeah, that's really professional. Okay, look at that neck pocket. That neck pocket is a beauty. Now they did a little bit of shaping on it, you can tell, because there's paint missing. So they may have painted the body first and then did the final route of the neck pocket. Because you know, you see neck pockets that are really really just full of paint and they don't fit tight. This is I mean, look at the pick guard on the edge of the neck. It's like almost like they routed the pick guard opening with the neck. I mean, it is so close. That's a beautiful neck pocket. And no writing on it or anything. I mean, there's no, yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it'd be nice to know what the secret is, if these are made in Japan or if they assemble them in Canada with the Japanese parts. I don't know. It'd be nice to know that. Okay, let's see. What do we got? All right, we get a little bit of glare up there, but we'll take the pick guard off and see what's under there. Oh, I gotta get up. I like to use these old frozen lasagna tin tubs or whatever you call them for screws. I think that's what it is, frozen lasagna. I don't know. My father-in-law left them here when he passed away, so he was into model trains, and so he used them, and so there's a ton of them around. There's just these little plastic trays, and they're perfect for holding screws and pickups and parts. So real quick, while I'm thinking about it, there's one sort of pet peeve that I have about this guitar is on a vintage Telecaster, this part of the body was flat. It came around and then it flattened a little bit and then it kept going, and that was for that electro socket. And as you can see, this socket is designed for a flat body. But because it's curved here, you can kind of see the edge peeking out there. So it's not really designed to fit a round, a round opening. So it would have been nice if they would have done the flat there. Okay, so it's routed for a humbucker, obviously, because this is a humbucker. Painted, so it's painted after they routed that out. Let's see if we can see anything on the pickup that would, here, let's just take this pick guard right off. And then that, okay, there we go. That's a nice pickup. So these are Wilkinson, and this is its neck, so it's stamped with an N. And these are just a ceramic pickup. I'm not gonna take the cover off or anything. I'd have to break those solders, those welds there. I'm not going to do that. So anyway, that gives you an idea. It's just a typical ceramic pickup. No big deal there. All right, so let's check out this control plate, see what's under there. And wow, we got full-size pots. That's nice. You got just the PCB board three-way switch. So no big deal, but it's nice. I mean, it's not like a super cheap one. I'm surprised that these are full-size pots. And it's got shielding paint in there, and they brought the paint up here so that the metal sits on it and makes contact with it. That's crazy. That's nice. It's not completely, I mean, they made a good attempt at it, but they left some so you can see where it's not completely, they didn't completely get it in there all the way, but that's pretty nice. Interesting. I've never seen that little, where the shielding paint comes over the edge like that. Usually they just stick it on the inside and okay. All right. Ooh. Yes, those ceramic pickup. Okay, so you've got a ground wire underneath the bridge, under the bridge downtown, and you've got a brass plate on the bottom, but there is a space for it. Well, because the magnet has to touch the pole pieces. So, and they're plastic coated wires. This had been shaped a little bit after the fact. The hole for the pickup there. There's a little bit of shaping going on. Really hard to tell if this is a multi-piece body or not. This might actually be a single piece of ash. It's a beautiful piece of wood. Yeah, okay, so that's, and then like I said, they're the brass saddles with the groove in them, and they're the three. They're not individual, but very nice. So let's take some readings. Okay, so we got the tester to do the inductance, and I've actually got a magnet tester for the magnets, but I mean they're ceramic pickups, so I guess it doesn't matter. We don't really need to test that part, but and let's see, we're going to do the resistance as well. All right, so for the so we're on the bridge pickup. We're at 6.10 on the resistance. Middle is 3.32, and the humbucker is 7.18. And that's our resistance. And inductance for the humbucker is 3.21. Middle would be 1.65. And the bridge pickup is 2.95. And just for kicks, we'll test the magnets on the so these are north, up, and we're at about 33. Oops, I'm on the wrong setting. G's. About 336 G's. But north poles. North pole here, these are 450, 402. Ooh, that one's pretty weak. 400, 400. I don't know if you can see this. I can put it towards the screen and you can see it. See? This is just a magnetic tester. It tells you what basically the power of the magnet is and whether the pole is north or south. Did that say south? Did that change? That one over there? No, that's because I picked it up, yeah. So there you go. I don't know if that kind of information is interesting or useful to you guys at all. I got this because I'm going to start building pickups So you kind of need that when you're building pickups. I'm going to be doing some videos on building pickups. I'm going to build some pickups. Let's see, what else are we missing? We did inductance, we did resistance. We took everything apart, and it's a great looking guitar. So there you go. There's the deep dive. That's the Solo Pro Series. Great guitar. This one might actually have a permanent home in my collection. I think it's a great guitar. So final thoughts. Let's move on to that. Okay, so final thoughts on the Solo Telecaster in Butterscotch Blonde. Is it a Fender killer? Well, it could be. Fender is kind of, could they be struggling at the moment because they launched a lawsuit against a Chinese, sort of an undisclosed Chinese manufacturer that is selling Stratocaster style guitars in, was it Germany or the European Union or something? I don't know if it was the entire European Union or if it was just Germany. I don't know. And they won because the folks from the Chinese company didn't bother to show up to the trial or hearing or whatever the heck it was. And so now it's supposedly illegal to, they have a copyright. They don't have a trademark. They have a copyright on the Stratocaster style body in, I guess, Germany. I don't know. People will correct me in the comments. But that said, they're not usually as litigious as Gibson when it comes to their guitars, their body shape. You know, Stratocaster and Telecaster body styles are public domain. They never trademarked those body styles, so that's why everybody copies Telecaster and Stratocaster. You know, people like to say, oh, how come these companies just don't come up with their own design? Well, you know, this is what a guitar looks like. If you're going to build a guitar, you're going to make it look like this. If you're going to build a truck, pickup truck, it's going to look like a pickup truck. There's only so much you can do with these things to make them look different without making them look so different that they don't even look like a guitar anymore. So, you know, that, you know, it is what it is. So, but anyway, it could be, you know, and I don't have any insider information, it could be that Fender is kind of seeing the writing on the wall, that they're definitely being threatened by these smaller companies and other companies manufacturing pretty damn good guitars. I mean, there's not much, I say it all the time, there's not much to a guitar that separates one guitar from the other. There's a law of diminishing returns. You can only spend so much on a guitar to improve the quality of, say, the pickups or the hardware. I mean, this back here is just a chunk of steel with chrome on it. You know, it's probably 50 cents to manufacture. Same with these down here. There's not, in this thing, in these, in the knobs, sure, you can get cheap knobs that fall apart, but most of them, even, you know, I mean, these are metal. On the Stratocaster style guitar, they're just cast plastic. So, I mean, so when you talk about, and tuning keys, now tuning keys, that's where you can differentiate between something that's cheap and something that's good, because a cheap tuning key is going to be kind of inferior. It's not going to be made as well, and it might not last. It might fail right away. I've had some tuners that just failed right away. And then pots too. Pots. I had a pot on a Squier, and it was the Squier Debut. I bought one of the Squier Debuts, and the pot just fell apart. You know, so, but outside of that, you know, wood is wood. I mean, yeah, if you don't treat it well and cure it properly, it's not going to be stable. But any wood can be, I mean, the most exotic tone wood can be cured incorrectly. And if you build a guitar out of it, it's not going to be any good. So there's only so much money you can put into one of these things to make it stand out from a cheaper version. Pickups are where the rubber hits the road. Pickups, I think, are the sort of the differentiating factor. Pickups, I'll say pots and tuners. The rest, and a neck. But necks, I mean, all these things are made on CNC machines. The necks for the cheap solo guitar over there, same pattern as this. Like I said, these are the template. This is what everybody's copying. And, you know, these things have been around. The Fender Telecaster and Stratocaster, Telecaster is 75 years old now. So this is what everybody's copying. So when you build it on a CNC machine and you build it to Fender's specifications, it's gonna feel just fine. So, you know, when people argue with me about, oh, you can tell the difference, those are so cheap, and if you don't spend good money on a guitar, these cheap ones will just fall apart. Well, I think that's a bunch of BS, because nowadays, I mean, even older guitars, back in the lawsuit days and everything, those guitars are still around. Some of them were used quite a bit, and they didn't just fall apart. So I don't know. Anyway, that debate is going to go on forever as long as guitars are being manufactured, and I'm more than happy to throw fuel on that fire, because it's fun and because it riles people up, and I don't understand why you get so frustrated when somebody dares to compare a cheap guitar to a more expensive guitar. And that's not to say that the expensive guitars aren't any good. It's just to say there's not this huge chasm of difference between, $300 or $400 guitar and a, $2,000, $3,000 guitar. There just isn't. But anyway, but that said, that solo guitar is a really good guitar. Made really well, sounds really good. I mean, and it was $200. They are listed for $289 US, no tariffs. So there you go. What was my invoice on this? Solo. Order has been received. Okay, so it was listed, let's see, on the website, it's listed for $289.99. For some reason, I got a $14.50 discount on it. I'm not sure why. They didn't charge me tax because I bought it from Canada. So my total on my credit card was $275.49. That's pretty damn good. So that's a really great guitar for under $300 with an ash body, and the fretwork on it is immaculate. It's a roasted maple neck. I don't think the pickups sound terrible on it. Let me know what you think in the comments. I thought they sounded pretty good. If you really wanted to pimp it out and make it look vintage, you put a solid black pickguard on it, and you load it with some vintage pickups, and you stick the single coil in the neck position, and you get the kind with the cloth string that wraps around, and the vulcanized fiberboard bobbins and all that good stuff, and then it would really kind of have that vintage style, and then put those vintage style tuning keys on it, and then you'd have yourself a custom shop guitar there. At least what was the classic vibe over there? I think I paid $4 something for that, or $350 for that one. So yeah, the Squier 50s classic vibe that I got, that was around $400. I know they're more than that brand new. I got it used from Reverb. So yeah, I don't know, man. Check out the Solo guitar brand. Pretty nice guitars. I think I'll get a kit from them and put a kit together. That would make an interesting video. So anyway, I'm back. Glad to be back. I know it's been a long time between videos. I got a lot of content coming up. Sponsorships are rolling in finally. People are itching to start selling again. And so we're going to review some more guitars. We're going to do a deep dive on the travel guitar that I did from Journey. They're sending me an acoustic guitar, not a breakdown travel guitar, but an actual Dreadnought acoustic guitar. That's going to be fun. I got X-Vive sending me some stuff. Donner, we're releasing a new some new pedals from Donner. That'll be released this weekend. And what else? Fretalizer, they got a hold of me. They're going to send me some stuff. So anyway, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thanks for watching Jayce Allan Guitar, and we'll see y'all next time.